Hello, my name is Fagbeja. On this episode of Chronicles of a Nigerian Woman, I'll be reading Biose's story. I am 32 years old and I am a single mom to a 17-year-old son. I love my son, but having him has been a source of shame to me. Most people, even those who are my closest friends, think that he is my younger brother, and I intend to keep it that way. My parents have been a wonderful support system for me and have helped to make sure that neither my son nor I lack anything or suffer the consequences of having him at such an early age. This is how it happened. I finished secondary school at 14. I had always been a brilliant child and a source of pride to my parents. They were staunch Christians, members of the Baptist Church, and actively involved in church activities. They also ensured that my two younger sisters and I were actively involved in all the age grade church activities. I went to a girls-only Baptist boarding school, so my life was quite restricted. When I finished school, I couldn't go to university immediately because of my age, so I started attending computer lessons, where I was to earn a 1-year diploma. It was there that I became friends with Dipo. He was also a member of our church and one of the leaders of the Students' Fellowship, which I attended religiously during the vacation. In church, I didn't talk to him much because I saw him from afar as a leader. I wasn't a shy person, but he just wasn't in my crowd. As one of the leaders, he was Brother Dipo to me. When I got to computer school, I was surprised to meet him there. He had not made the JAMB cut, and so his parents registered him for the same class I was attending. He immediately took me under his wing as his little sister. He was 3 years older than me and very jovial, even though he was vocal about his Christianity. Just my kind of person. I was in awe of him and I was a willing protege. We were a group of about 5 friends in computer school and I was the only girl, the youngest. I preferred male friends to female because I thought they had less emotional drama. It also made me feel like I was wise about the world of boys. In my opinion, I was exposed and worldly wise. Little did I know. Our classes ended at 3 p.m. every day, and my parents got back from work around 6. My sisters were both in boarding school now. The computer school was about 15 minutes walk from my house, so I was often home alone with a bit of time to kill. I started to spend time with Dipo every afternoon after classes before heading home. My parents did not know. He also lived in the area, though a little further away than I did. We would hang out at eateries with the other guys or just sit around talking and playing. The truth was, I had developed a heavy crush on him. Anyway, one day, the other guys were going to spend time in one of their houses. They lived far away, and I didn't have the heart to go that far. Dipo invited me to his house to watch a movie instead. I was hesitant, but he didn't need to do much convincing. When we got there, he offered me biscuits and some juice, then we started watching a movie. We were laughing and enjoying it when he suddenly grew quiet. After a while, he started telling me how he wanted more from me than just friendship. I tried to hide the excitement I was feeling inside. My mind was a mixture of apprehension and anticipation at the same time. It was a few months to my 15th birthday and I felt like I was a big girl now. I didn't resist him when he kissed me, but when his hand started to move down, I stopped him. I told him I could not go that far because I was afraid of getting pregnant. He told me that I could not get pregnant the first time. My brain tried to warn me, but I couldn't resist it and we went all the way. He didn't hurt me, but I felt guilty and scared. After that, I could not look at him. I got dressed and I went home. I confided in my diary because I couldn't even tell my best friend what I had done. The next day, I feigned illness and I didn't go for classes. When I resumed 2 days later, I felt awkward around the guys. I stopped talking much and went home straight after school. I remember all this just like it was yesterday. About 3 weeks later, when my period hadn't come, I knew I was in trouble. I was afraid and ashamed, and I didn't know what to do. I tried to hide it, but I got sick and my parents found out at the hospital. I can't forget the look in my mother's eyes. My dad didn't say a word. I told them who was responsible and they called his parents for a meeting. Dipo and I couldn't look at each other. We were also forbidden from seeing each other, and that was the end of our relationship. My parents sent me to stay with my aunt in Jos until I had Korede, my son. I heard that Dipo was sent to England to stay with his aunt as well, and he still lives there. He is married now. My parents took Korede off me when I got back from Jos, and I continued my life as normal. We never discussed it. Since then, I decided to stay away from men. I have a few friends, but I don't allow them get too close because I don't want anyone to find out. This is the guilt and shame I have carried for 17 years. What words do you have for Biose? Please share in the comments below. Remember to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my next story.